Now, this is a part of the show where no other science show has ever gone before, inside celebrity minds. This week, I'm striking out Prince Harry and Meghan. This is the romance that's gripping the nation. Stand by, here comes my personality analysis.
Why is it that this one relationship has completely taken over, and all I want to know is what's going to happen next?
I think really that because Harry really does miss Diana, that left a massive psychological impact on his mentality, on his functioning. He misses Diana. That influence wasn't there after that most tragic death. And so he's looking for someone who has got that degree of maturity.
Right.
He's got someone who is sensual, beautiful, articulate, and achievement. And so he found this in Meghan.
A recent survey found 1 in 3 LGBT people have experienced online abuse.
Motivation and personality of trolls is to target people who are on the margin, people who've been marginalized or disenfranchised, simply because of this disinhibition effect, as we call it, which means that I can literally do anything online so long as I'm anonymous. A recent report in the Metro shows that 1/3 of British employees constantly suffer anxiety, stress, and depression. Here are my coping tips, how to really bust that stress. Here we have a simple ball, a stress buster, nothing digital about it, and it really does take away stress. This has become very much the norm nowadays. In this incredible world that we live in now, we find that any form of visual violence, which has not been rooted in video games, that has become entrenched in young people's identification and in their identity. Today we come to the city of London with our mobile mental health clinic, a city bustling absolutely with people on a mission. And today we really want to find out what sort of issues are lurking around there. Let's see, can we help?
Today we're talking about the very large topic of teenage stress.
Yes, teenage stress is on the rise in the whole of the UK. And we're finding now that, Olivia, that young teenagers are under more constant pressure now from celebrity worship. And we know from statistics, really, that one of the most important therapies that we use, besides cognitive behavior therapy, is mindfulness. Helping young people to be more mindful of who they are and how aware they ought to be, rather than being aware of celebrity worship and celebrity icons.
We talk about the pressure that celebrity social media puts onto fans, but seemingly it can work the other way.
Yes, good afternoon, Duncan. Celebrities are under extreme and constant pressure by fans with regards to social media, simply because they are very aware, that is, celebrities are very aware of being constantly evaluated by their fans to increase their performance on stage and on world concert tours. And hence, this does lead to various conditions, psychological conditions, such as feeling depressed, feeling chronic and acute anxiety, and also taking time out from social media as a way of coping.
So you can be a good narcissist and a bad narcissist. Is that what you're saying, Arthur?
Absolutely, yes. There is this incredible misunderstanding that we think that narcissism is all bad. Well, in fact, we know from psychological research that, in fact, it's not all bad. There is healthy narcissism. It's very important. Many celebrities that I have contacts with and work with do, in fact, they do, in fact, work very hard to produce this form of healthy narcissism as performing artists, whether they be cooks, whether they be soloists, whatever, sports stars. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is good for one's psychological health. But when everyone begins to feel under threat, when their ego and identity as an A-lister is under threat, what in fact they do is they begin then to compete very radically with each other. And by doing so, then they're motivated. This is driven, by the way, by 2 or 3 sets of personality traits, which causes them really then to buy in these bots and therefore mislead and deceive their fan base. So Laura would panic, which is what most people will likely do when they find that their mobile phone is not there. They will panic. They break out an anxiety attack. Why? Because we are attached to these things. And that affects our whole persona, it affects our entire day, doesn't it, Laura? And so what would you do then if you're out downtown and you want to reach out, your phone's not there?
I literally don't know.
Tonight I want to talk to you about what's it like going into the jungle? What will their mindset be like? Who will they bond with? Who will they be jealous about? Who will they want to impress? And so tonight we want to look inside the minds of who's going into the jungle. What's it going to be like when they go in? That's it today from me from the Mobile Mental Health Clinic in the centre of London at Carnaby Street. Go to my website, www.drarthurcassidy, for lots of tips and updates on how to cope with mental stress, anxiety and depression at www.drarthurcassidy.com and at Dr. Arthur Cassidy on Twitter.